Because of course it does. Because of course this is not the only time you're going to have to do this. And it could just get destroyed while we're in a town because of something we're going to need all the gold we're about to pile up for. So now that we've done that, now our original 4 no longer get to sit on the beach sipping Mai Tais. They get to leave with a somewhat sizable amount of food. It's not the most food ever known to man. And it doesn't matter if they gain experience right now or not. What does matter is that we get crap ton of gold. That's what matters. And now, oh good God, that was close. That whirlpool right there. It takes you places. And we do not want to go to those places right now. We really don't want to go to those places right now. Because we need that whirlpool later after we've gotten everybody a crap ton of gold. We need it then, but we don't need it right now. That whirlpool will take us to a different place, and in that different place we pay gold to raise attributes. That is what we are going to do. We do not want to do this right now, but it can wander right over our ship there and suck our ship into the void. It is very possible that it can do this. So for the moment, I'm running away from the whirlpool, so we can do a little bit of sailing. We will use up a little bit of food, but we will actually get to see some of the places we have not seen yet. Unfortunately, unlike the previous games, there's no cannon on the ship to just obliterate enemies before we can do anything about them, sadly. Also, there's been a whole lot of story about the island with the snake and all this. This is Exodus Isle, and we will have to get a bunch of things taken care of before we can deal with Exodus Isle. But yeah, this was the next step to get our own private little sailing vessel. And now we need to get money. We need to get a lot of money. We want everybody to have as close to 9,999 as they can get. Come on. Also, there are several places around here that we could not get to earlier that we can get to now. Like that one town that's on the islands. So, I am going to go ahead and get back to the castle. Let's wander east and west. There is a thing we can do up in this forest right here, which... okay, I will do it before we, call it a video. Make this a little bit longer video, but oh well. That's the way things go sometimes. Also, you may have noticed that it can be kind of sticky to move your ship. That's just because the wind blows the way the wind blows. And if the wind isn't blowing the right direction, you get to travel very slowly. The enemies you would run into on sea if we had, enemies that, if we were high enough level to spawn enemies out here, they're not hampered by this and they'll catch you. It can be annoying. Okay, where the hell is the castle? Should be like right down here. Hopefully the whirlpool has gone in a different direction. Now the whirlpool is laughing at me there. Now see, I know there are supposed to be safe spots. There's supposed to be safe spots you can park this ship at. But if there are, I don't know them. At least not anymore. So we've got everybody assembled. We've got our ship. We're going to go save the game. And then we're going to do the thing that makes this the easy way to gain money, and it's probably how I'm going to do it, even if it takes a very long time. And it does take a very long time to do what I'm about to show you. Okay. I won't do this more than once, just to, let's just create some ready-made characters. You, and you. We name you A. Name you B. Name you C. Because these characters are only going to exist for one very particular reason. We're going to go in here. We're going to say D, give 100 gold to A. C, then gives 100 gold to A. B gives his 100 gold to A. And now A has 400 gold. Those three have nothing. We save. We reset. So we create, then we discard because we do not need B, C, and D anymore. And then we would do that 3 more times. No, we would do it 3 more times. And eventually everything would flow back to A. Just doing this, we basically open it up. Then once A gets enough gold, we would put him in a party with one of the other characters, transfer all that gold, and then start the whole process over. It takes an insanely long time to do this, but we don't have to go out, we don't have to gain experience, all we have to do is gain gold, and this is the easiest way to do it. It is the most tedious, but it is the easiest way. Yeah. So, I'm going to be doing this to fill up our coffers on gold. And A gets to sit there for a second. But, in addition to filling up our coffers on gold, there is a thing I am going to be also spending some money on before we, spending just a little bit of money on before we, before the cat steps on the mouse. No, spending a little bit of money on to get ourselves a better distance weapon. And to do that, There is something that you need to know about in this game, but the game doesn't actually tell you because, well, they kind of screwed up a little bit when they did the manual. Okay? Basically, you're supposed to get into the towns and get a whole bunch of clues about where the city of Dawn is. Well, Dawn, if you followed the clues and you talked to all the NPCs, and this is only on the PC game, not the NES game. If you talked to all the NPCs and got all the clues, it would tell you exactly where and when to look for Dawn. The when is because it only appears when both moons are new moons. And that's something the NES game will tell you. However, when you get to the last bit on the PC version, the game tells you exactly where to look for Dawn, how many steps to the west and to the south of Lord British's castle it is. However, in the NES game, that line of dialogue was replaced by, "Have you heard of Dawn?" Which made Dawn nearly impossible to find if you didn't have a guide. So let me pause this 1 second here. I need to make sure I know exactly where to look for this, and you will see why it's a pain in the ass to find if you don't know where to look. Okay, so basically, we need to go 4 steps north of this town right here, and 9 steps to the west. So let's see, we are 1, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. We were 2 steps above. So now we are right here, and we are just going to have to deal with fights. We will have to deal with some fights. Don't worry about it. We will get a little bit of experience, but experience is not a problem right now. Also, I've got enough time. And just in case you're wondering, new moons means when there is no moon there. And I guess I should point this out, actually. Back when we're on the map screen, there will be a little window up in the upper left. A little window in the upper left that actually does tell you where the moons are at any given time. So we want both moons to be completely black. Are you not equipped with a distance weapon? You must not be, huh? I could have sworn I gave you that. Oh well. We're on it, aren't we? Yeah, we are directly on the town. It appeared right beneath us when the moon was in that configuration. We are now in Dawn, the hidden town, and this town in the NES version is 100% mandatory to find. You can't skip it. There's something special in the Dungeon of Death. That's good. But you cannot skip going to this town. There is something you have to get in here. And you're looking for the gold pick. But if you do not find this town, and without a guide, the NES version does not give you the clue you need to find it, you're not finishing the game. Because there's a gold pick and a silver pick. Cat, not right now. Yeah. Not right now. Good grief. So, yeah. The gold pick, or the silver pick, is in the Dungeon of Death. That is easy enough to get. You go all the way down the Dungeon of Death, and the gold pick is going to be sitting in one of the chests there. No, the silver pick is going to be there. The gold pick is going to be in here. And you find it. Okay, it's not here. It's not in the pub. Gotta find the right place. That's not it either. I think this is a save spot. A save spot here. So basically I don't have to leave this town, thank God. There's horses if we want horses. But you see those chests? We need to effectively steal something out of one of those chests. And then get the hell out of town. What's in that? It's in the far left chest, and it is the pick, the gold pick. The gold and silver picks are used to dig up the most powerful weapons and armor in the game. Well, most powerful sword and most powerful armor. And anyone can use these, so you need 4 copies of it. But you only need 1 pick that you can just trade back and forth between people to dig in the spots where the armor and the sword are located. But if you could not find this town, you weren't getting that pick, and thus you were not getting the mystical weapons and armor, basically. Specifically the armor. And thus you probably weren't surviving the final castle if you tried to go there. Yeah. Let's talk to you. Welcome to the guild shop. The guild shop sells items, and the most important items we care about. We will want some magic keys, we want some gems, but we definitely want a full stack of sands. The gem acts like a map. You use it once, it shows you the entire overworld or dungeon level you're in, it disappears. The Sands of Time, if you remember Ultima 2, this is your negate time spell. Basically, you would use sands, and it freezes everything on screen. We want to build up enough money to afford at least a few full stacks of that for everybody in the party. Everybody can have their own stack of this stuff. Just remember. Welcome to the armory. And the armor sells arms. We are not going to worry about buying armory here. We're not going to worry about buying armor. Because, how shall I put it? Armor's kind of crappy. More than just a little bit crappy. You only get a slight percentage bump. I think the highest evasion you can have in the game is like 62.5, and that's with the best armor that you go dig up with the pick you get from here. And your base evasion without that is 50%. So armor is kind of useless except for the exotic armor. But what we want to buy at this point in time, the silver bow is nice, but it's not all that important. We're going to go ahead and give go ahead and give a whole bunch of gold to Star so she can buy her own bow. And now we have decent distance weapons. The silver bow is okay. It's a decent boost, but really, you just want the bow for a very long time, we don't need anything better than the bow. So we are going to go ahead and equip the bow, the cloth. Equip the bow, equip the cloth. There we go. Oh, you don't even have a mace yet. You still have a dagger and cloth. Okay. But yeah. This video's gone on much longer than I planned. But yeah. You're starting to see some of the flaws inherent in this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to off-screen all the gold gathering and all the weapon buying and more gold gathering and more buying and more gathering and stuff until I have high-level stacks of gems and sands at the very least, and some keys. Keys are good just in case. Get some of those, and then once I fill up everybody's money, we will be headed to, well, the whirlpool, if I can find it. And it hasn't eaten my ship while I'm in here. Because thankfully, since we can save here, we can do everything we need to right here to get all that money. But that's for later. So until then, take care, everyone.